welcome to 100 Gems Podcast. And today, me, Dr. Piles, we're going to be talking about personal development. The Big Six class was just off the chain. I really hope that people that hear about the Big Six and some of the things that we be talking about, that you go and subscribe and you get in here and you find out, of course, it's for people that's trying to do something. For them folks out there, man, that's still chilling on the couch. It ain't fun here, because you're going to get challenged up in here. But anyway, Pastor, we was talking about the personal development and thing today, and it hit home. It hit home, especially with some of the ingredients that was in there. Yeah. It's more than just one part that you you have to work on. Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm just listening, because when people talk about personal development, there's a little clip I put out. And a buddy of mine said, "Man, I'm gonna start working on me, personal." And I said, "That's good. You should always be working on you, because you can't just work on you for you. It's a better you, it's a better me." One of the things, Ron, that has been challenging. When I say challenging, provoking in the relationship, how do you take a good relationship to the next level?
Yeah.
And that's where we look at, and as we kept digging deeper and deeper, the relationship falls in a couple of categories. And we talked about two of them. We talked about the one there's friends. That's friends that friend of your purpose. And
a purpose friend.
A purpose friend. Yeah. He's a purpose friend.
Yeah.
And you have a friend, Robert, but then that's a friend, that's a purpose friend. And a lot of times, as a friend, we haven't been conditioned, to understand, hey man, what's your purpose? When you start asking those deep questions, and I say deep, but it ain't really deep because you're doing them. And as we are doing the things that we do in life, in relationship, it's preparing me for the next place. It's preparing me for outside the walls. So when I start talking about personal development, I first got to know I'm the person that need to be developed at this pivotal. Not that it's like, when I say personal, that's my personal call. It's not like a personal. It's something that I'm doing. I'm working on me. You know how everybody want to work on everybody else. Everybody want to work on this. Everybody want to work on that. They say a mechanic, most mechanics have regular cars. Like, you can fix on that, man. Or they busy working on everybody else's car. So what this does, I'm gonna make myself the focus. And believe it or not, when I start to work on me, I'm better. I'm a better person for you, Rob.
Yeah.
So that's what we talk about. My personal development was today. We talked about the purpose friend. So,
and I wanted to expound on that purpose friend, because when you was in there and you were talking, it was like you can have somebody in your life that ain't no telling what may come out their mouth or what they may say. However, or the delivery of what they may say. But what they saying is on point. It's on point. You say, no, I don't like it. But I love it.
Right.
And I think that's part of the personal development, where you got to get your butt up out the bed in the morning to go work out.
Right.
Saying you don't want to, but if I want to look like this and I want to feel like this, I'm finna get my butt up and deal with this temporary, because it's temporary pain, I think.
Right.
That's how I look at it, because if you don't hold on to it, for reasons other than beneficial or trying to see what's in it where you can learn. Because I believe a lot of times, Pastor, man, it either is a lesson,
Right.
in all of it. You know, different confrontations. You're gonna learn that. Man, I was the silliest dude in the world, and
Right.
I ain't gonna do that no more.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the things that when you said personal development and you start talking about confrontation,
Mm.
you know, confronting isn't confrontational. It can be.
Yeah.
It can be. Majority of the time, we have to be mad. Or something get on our nerve before we address it.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a lot of love for the person.
Yeah.
A lot of time when we don't too much care for the person, we're probably more beneficial to that person than
Yeah.
we are people we love. Why? Because I love you, I won't say anything.
Yeah.
But the people who we don't care too much about, we may tell them, "Hey, man, look, you know, but a
And
friend
it's
we
good
put
for
up-
'em. And it's good for 'em.
and it's good for them." So that a purpose friend, and I use the example so we understand that it may not look like a friend to Robert,
Mm-hmm.
but they are friends to my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So when people are saying something about maybe the way I enunciate or the way I teach or the way I preach or the way I run this and even when I look at the complaints that come into McDonald's, I don't look at it like, oh, man, you know. No, I take that because what happens is that when you need to know the truth,
Mm-hmm.
right, it shouldn't be somebody who's not in my circle that tell me
Yeah.
when they know I got a problem.
Yeah, when you get it from.
Right? So we want to sugarcoat it. Man, Pastor, you preached yesterday. You did blah, blah, blah. You did this. They love you. So sometimes you need to have folks say, man, you need to stop that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Work on timing. Now, I'm not saying that it's bad, but to make it gooder and greater and bigger, better, and bolder, I have to keep perfecting that. I've had folks that would, what I look at it as criticism, but it's not. But I took it as help.
Yeah.
They could have
no
called
doubt
themselves
about it.
criticizing me,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
took it as thank you.
Yeah.
They
Thank
say,
you.
well,
Good
you know,
looking.
you have that. I tell people, you know, you have that accent, New York accent. So a lot of times when I begin to preach and speak, they would laugh and say it jokingly, or sometimes some of them really tried to embarrass me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and here's the fact is, there were folks that criticized me, literally talked about how I talk, you know, and different things. I'm coming into the game. I wasn't an orator or speaking young and all that, so I'm coming in. I'm learning. They would criticize and talk about down me because of the way I talked. So what happened is this person has a master's degree, very elegant speaking and all that, but you unemployed. And then even when you were employed, I have people working for me make more than you make.
Yeah.
So maybe you need to talk a little country and slur some words or whatever. And you know what I mean, whatever it is, I'm gonna try to find out if I got a master's degry
Right.
in education and all that, and I ain't got no job. I'm gonna find out why.
Right.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get what I need at this
Yeah.
conversation.
And
No matter
Pastor,
how you say it.
you didn't and keeping it 100. You have taken that and used it to your benefit.
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
would. It was some that would give me notes to help me. You know, hey, Pastor, blah blah blah. But then there was some that would pick out stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
would pick out stuff, right?
Yeah.
And one day one of the notes fell out, and my wife saw it, and she looked at me, and she know the work I do and the
Right.
investments and the giving and working with people I do in the ministry and all that. She said, how you take it? She said, how you take this? And I said, baby, they get me ready for my TV ministry.
Come on now.
They get me
Come
ready for
on.
my TV ministry because really, if you really look at yourself,
I like
you
that,
know,
Pastor.
you know, you
I like
slur
that.
your words. You know, I used to talk
I
real
like that.
fast too.
I like that. Yeah.
I talk real fast. My mind goes. I would thought jump.
Mm-hmm.
I be thinking so fast, so I had to work on it. So when my good friend Debbie she said, "Hey, Pastor, you're doing good at that. You're doing that. You know, but you got to finish the story." So I would go back and see I didn't finish that story. Where I'm from, down in Alabama, man, we can have a conversation and don't say nothing hardly finish no sentences, and we can just be talking, and we all following along.
Right.
I told you when I went in the military, people would tell me even before then, man, you talk fast. Man, you slow down, right? I thought they couldn't hear fast. I ain't think it was me. So when I was studying, I knew then at a point that I learned better when I see it and read it. Once I see it and read it and hear it, I got it. I'm better. I learned better at that. So I had went and got me, back then they didn't have all the technology that we had today. I went and got me a tape recorder, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
And I was working as a cop. We out there on a Sunday evening, and I recorded for like 3 hours on tape, cassette tape. And I put the tape back in to listen to it. I couldn't understand then I said,
Come on now.
I said, man, I can't
That
talk.
let you know.
Sometimes you got to listen to yourself.
Yeah.
Personal development is taking an assessment of yourself. Assess yourself, and then have folks around you. The one thing I was trying to say, God don't put two together the same.
Why you say that, Pastor?
Because to be productive, to reproduce, right? That's why he put us together. Opposite, to help push one another. We're not the same, Rob. Even though we're the same in certain temperament, we're not the same.
I agree.
So you'll say, hey, Pastor, man, you can't snap like that.
Right.
That ain't good for you.
Right. And you'll tell me too.
And then we'll say something.
Yeah.
So that's why we together, man, and we come to bring it together.
Yeah.
But if we are the same, that's not a God-given relationship. A God-given relationship, he don't put two of the same together. That's why when you marry, you normally well, I ain't say normally, because at 100%, I ain't never met someone married who are the same temperament. I put money on that.
Yeah. You don't need two quiet people.
I say normally you got one that's introvert, a little bit extrovert. One is choleric. One is sanguine. One. So you got different laid back. One gonna be the disciplinary, and the other one. But that don't make that right because I don't want my wife or my partner to be the only one in the business in my life doing the discipline, correcting folk. So like the whole situation, man, I had to say something.
Yeah.
Cause why? I'm that's where we got to be. And I know some people in the streets now. In the streets, if somebody running game on somebody, you better not say nothing.
Yeah.
Cause then whatever game get lost, you got to cover that. I've been in that situation. You know, hey man, you messed my money up. Give me that $20 I was gonna get. Cause he had no dude. But around, I'm your guy, and sometimes I know you don't want to confront, cause I don't like doing it. But I had to confront, man.
Right.
I had to. But when I would do it, my personal development, I didn't know, right, that I would do. I had to get mad. I had to get fed up. So man, he say, man, you know when I get mad, that's one of the signs. Why you gotta get mad to confront? Because why? We think it's confrontational.
Yeah.
It only comes confrontational when the persons who I'm gonna say, for example, I'm not saying always, but the person who you addressing something is resistant and don't want to comply. Then before the confrontation happens, if this your house, I'm gonna leave.
Right.
It don't have to be confrontation. Right. If I'm up here at the 100 Gym podcast, you come and say something, right? If I don't want to comply, right, go get your 101 Gym. You follow me? So that's the part that when I ask the person, it's shifted over, Rob, from, hey man, I hate to confront. But he said, man, I hate to confront, and I'm not organized. He said, those are the two things I'm working on. He was like, I'm not organized. He said it like, I'm not organized, and I don't like to confront, right? What are you working on? I'm working on being organized, and I'm working on to confront. Not confrontation. Because then when I say confrontation, like, oh man, I got to fight. No, I don't have to fight to tell you, don't do that. Don't,
or
man,
this
don't.
ain't right.
Yeah. This ain't right. We should be able to have this conversation. Right. We should be able to have this conversation, right? And we understand that because, Rob, if we don't have that conversation, I'm gonna go somewhere. When I do it outside the wall, they're gonna kill me.
Yeah.
I don't get the contract. I don't get the job. I don't get the loan. So that's the piece that personal development is when I start seeing myself, and we really talked about how we're wired, those things came up because really when you boil stuff down, I ain't organized in that area of finances. I ain't organized in my area of organization. Man, I'll work, I'll do all this, but I don't know if I made any money or not. Right. That's my personal development. And it also bleeds over to my financial area. So
it bleeds over in every area.
Other area.
Yeah, I know that way back in the day, I was Mr. Popoff, you know, and I was looking for trouble. You know what I mean?
Really? Okay.
That's what it was. And then being in the penitentiary, you know, you had all the opportunity in the world to be Mr. Popoff. But I learned at that time back then that, you know, I remember I wanted to deal with the Caucasians, but they were scared to deal with me because I was Mr. Popoff. It's like, oh man, I know, and I really know he finna get at me if I can't expose my hand because I know how it's gonna go with this fella. I had to learn literally how to sit down and communicate and deal with them effectively. And I mess around and learn. Like, these dudes is cool. I'm running around here, you know, bullying and hating and all that other crazy stuff. But once I started getting to know them, and not only was they cool, they had all the stuff. They was plugged all the way in all kind of different ways. So it opened up a door for me. And from that time, I have always worked on finding different methods on how to deal with things, how to confront. Or one of them, however, what work in the street don't always work over here in the real world.
See what happened, Rob? I'm gonna tell you what transpired there. You're a laid back guy, and a lot of times, if I see you as a pop-off, I'm gonna say, is you a real pop-off?
Right.
Or was you raised up in pop-off situation? I was in the military. You know, there's a culture in the military, the environment in the military, right? And I was a soldier. Man, I was a soldier, but we call airman. I was in the Air Force. I was a soldier. I was Sergeant Powell. I mean, I'm talking about. So I'm in the role. I play that role, so it becomes a part of my character.
Right.
What you see.
Right.
So I'm a nice guy, but I was snap. I'm a nice guy, but I let it build up, then I'm snapping. And then I was known, man, he'll snap. And that wasn't good. It still ain't good. So still it's some stuff in me, especially when you get in close quarters. You know, so I have to learn, that's me, and then I got to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I gotta make sure the environment is right, and also I got to, when you change that environment, when you saw it, because normally a real fire pop-off person, they go up in there popping off. Don't care what color.
Don't care what color.
But that wasn't you, Rob.
That wasn't me.
But that's environment. Now I can't. If I went to prison, right? I went on. We call that vacation. If I go on vacation, right, and I've been on vacation 14 years, prison 14 years, I'm not gonna be the same guy sitting here.
No doubt.
I can't. You can't be goofy up in there. You know.
No doubt
So
about it.
the environment molds my character, even though I'm not that pop-off dude. At 9, 10 years old, you in the streets. You had to build up that.
Yeah,
you have to learn fast.
Yeah.
It's that learned behaviors.
Yeah.
Now, learning them behaviors, Rob, in the right situation, because now I come over and I'm laid back. People take your kindness as weakness.
Yeah.
They think you're dumb.
They think,
They think, but man, I know what you're doing.
Right. They underestimate.
Yeah, and sometimes you, man, I just let that go. I let them work their way out. But no, man, we need to address that because why? If you don't address that, especially I'm over here in your building. If you don't address some things that I'm doing, leaving this, doing that, hey, man, I got to say something to you.
I agree.
You my guy.
I agree with that, Pastor. I agree with that. Yeah.
So when the guy comes in here and do what he did the other day, and I'm like, yo, man, what you doing, man? This ain't your building. Well, man, we all guys.
Yeah.
Right?
And we supposed to be all guys.
You supposed to be all guys. You don't do that to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you doing, man?
And in ways, and when you look at things, you could tell how this person has been bred to a certain extent.
Yeah,
I'm talking about because this how he go.
And
This how he get down. It ain't no thinking and ain't no considering.
Right.
It ain't none of that there. It take work. Take work.
I had my apartment building. This is how crazy it is. I had an apartment building, and it was the Folk family. They was using the electricity, my electricity. And when you went down plug, they got mad, talk crazy. Yo, man, you using my electricity. This mine. And see, that's when I snapped.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, man. It's like, wait a minute, this mine.
This mine.
Man, no, this mine. Man, who raised you?
Right. Who raised you?
Instead of being,
in
man,
a lot of
thank
ways,
you.
that's what
Can you leave it plugged up? No, man, you get
Yeah.
that. So that's what I'm trying to say is that my personal development is I got to know my weakness because with every strength, every yin, there's a yang.
It's a yang.
So once I figure out, man, that's my strength.
Yeah.
I got to know the yang to it, Rob,
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Everything, we want to know, man, how much money can I make? How much money can I lose? Right? How much time it going to...
What kind of relationship would I lose the relationship?
What relationship? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's invested in this relationship?
Yeah.
The advantage of being in this relationship means that I'm about to get normal relationship. I'm about to get something up.
Right.
Because what you don't sow into, you normally lose. What you don't attend to, you lose it.
You lose it.
Right?
You lose it. And
But you don't focus on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that the relationship part, man. When I was talking about the purpose friend, the purpose friends is, and I'll give them an example so you understand. It ain't like the guy I'm eating with right away. But we do want to be able to understand, Rob, this is your purpose. I don't have anything to do really with anxiety. I don't really have anything to do with 100 Gym, the social event that's opening up. But hey, man, you get the checklist.
Yeah,
Hey, you done this.
But you do have a.
But you-
I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
It's something that I had thought about. I was upset thinking about it. But the thing is, when you look back, Pastor, from the beginning of our relationship,
Right.
business and personal, all the things I've gained, I've come and learned how to run a multi-million-dollar building.
Right.
And so many, I ain't have a clue on how to deal with no building the size that we have, and then the different aspects to it and what you can do with it. But because of our relationship, I've been able to get that.
Right.
I done sat back and seen you do all kind of different things and make all kind of moves that made all the sense in the world to me that I could understand and that I could even take on so that I'll be a better owner and so on and so forth.
Right.
So the benefit that I receive from being your friend,
Right.
is way more than what the average person can see on the surface or what have you. You understand?
And here's what I want to say. Here's what I really want to say. Like, I have to be careful because sometimes I just need you to be a friend.
Yeah.
That's all. And I had to make sure. Because once you turn some things off, you can't turn it off. When you turn it on, you can't turn it off. I want to make sure, one, I got permission. I want to make sure, even if you're right, Rob, even if you're right, even if I'm right, I don't go up in my daughter's house. I don't go in my son's house running nothing.
Right.
That's his house.
Right.
That's his house.
Yeah, that's his house.
He the king, right? I can't be the king. He might have to make me prince.
You the king,
in his house.
daddy.
I'm daddy. I'm daddy, but daddy don't make you the king.
Right.
Exactly. There's no ranking in that. That's daddy because of birth, raising, and all that. But when it comes to this, if he wants to do, drink, whatever he want to do, in his house. Now, he respect me. Now, I'm going to tell you something. That boy ain't never, wasn't anybody, he never disrespected me. Nothing like that. They ain't never had a harsh word. Right. Thank God. And thank God, you know, because
thank God.
I thank God for that. I do.
Yeah.
He ain't never had a harsh word.
Yeah.
But when I go to the house, I don't go in there. People understand. I ain't going to I had to learn that. Debbie McDonald's is Debbie. Them ain't my McDonald's.
Right.
Now, if Debbie give me authority to say, hey, look, if you see something, say something. Okay. But if Debbie don't, I bite the bite. You have to bite your tongue. You have to know. Because with me, I be getting in too much.
Yeah.
I be talking, no, that ain't yours, man. I had to learn that early.
Right.
That ain't yours. Because I would get complaints.
Right.
Somebody hit me up last weekend about a complaint in the store. And, hey, that ain't mine.
I remember.
That one ain't mine.
Pastor, you know, for you saying that, I remember one time going up there at the store, and it was somebody in there, man. But Pastor, they made me so I was already upset.
Right,
you know,
right.
It was something going on, you know. And I said, man, me gonna stop in here anyway, man. I was hot as ever. But then I knew this is my guy stove, and I can holler at him about it. You know, I can go vent to him if I wanted to. Right. You know, but then at the same time, I still need to know how to act.
Right.
I still need to know how to respond regardless.
Right.
And I ain't responding the way, well, I know who your boss is. You know, I'm going to make sure you get hollered at and so on, and which I could have probably. Right. Man, Pastor, they doing this, blase skipping, they treating me like that. But I after sitting down and looking at things, you know, it really wasn't that serious. It was that I was hot. And when I went in there, so anything, I'm talking about they could have gave me a cold drink. I would have been mad.
So, but really, Rob, the thing of it is that don't happen often with you.
No.
That don't happen.
Not
Not
at all.
We got a few around us that happen.
Not at all.
You know, they pop off.
Yeah.
They pop off. So, what I'm trying to say is that I got to have access. Once you get access to be able to address some of the issues that we have, with each other, we have a conversation, right? Once we have that conversation, Rob,
right?
Hey man, look, it's that you're making me better. You're making me better for the world. What the people are doing is making me better when I get outside the church. So when I go deliver stuff, I can go into the palace. I can go talk to the king.
Right.
I can speak different languages. I can articulate. So it made me study more. It made me
and we have
watch
to
my
do
tapes.
Yeah.
See, now I told God,
we have to do that.
if you can't stand watching yourself, then how you think we feel?
Yeah. Right.
Right. If you can't stand looking at your own self, how you think we feel? You know, I'm being honest with you. So you sit there and watch what you said. I would sit there, man. They call me Minister Amen. Every second word I was Amen, Amen, Amen. And the guy got with me, and I worked with him in this room here. And he said, "You know why you say Amen? Because you ran out of stuff to say. It's a filler.
It's a filler.
So consciously, I did it right. I didn't like what he said to me. Right. I loved it.
Come on,
because
Pastor.
I'm finna get better.
Yeah.
So really, my personal development. Here's the first thing about president. I got to know who I am. Second thing is the people around me. I got to know. They got to know my purpose. Jesus would always tell them, "I come to die. If I don't die, y'all can't live. I come." He was healing. Man, I wouldn't want Jesus to die either. Man, you got Jesus with you, buddy. I'm telling you, can't die. Jesus, listen, he's healing the sick, raising the dead, opening blinded eyes. I mean, they didn't want to die. So Peter said, no, you're my partner. Number two, if the scripture talk about, he sent the disciples out 2 by 2. You know, 2 by 2. 2 by 2, the gang, we in the gang, whatever, we in the gang, serious gang. I never go nowhere by myself. That means that me and you go out together. When you leave, we together. And when something happens, either both of us better be killed, or you better come back with a good reason, or we're going to do something to you. That's how it really was. That's the guy. Yeah, so the 2 by 2 thing, so Peter knowing that, hey, man, you can't die on my watch.
Right.
Jesus tells him, get behind me, Satan. Peter was his God.
Yeah.
He had a sword for a reason.
Yeah.
Man, look, it's that time. I told you it's that time for something to die. When you started to work on personal development, that something has to die for you to go to the next level.
Yeah.
And the sharper you think you are,
Yes.
the sharper that blade has to be
Yeah,
to
I
help.
agree.
If you think you got it all together, man, I got it all together. You need, that blade gonna be real sharp.
It's gonna be real
There is
sharp.
no relationship
Yeah.
Come
and
on.
It's gonna hurt.
that you're in.
Yeah.
That I'm in a relationship to help you. You in a relationship to help me. If you're the only one that's giving out direction and advice, you need to get in a relationship that somebody that's not like you that can show you them blind sights.
Right.
Hey Robert.
Right.
Hey Robert, you know over that hill, over that fence is a bull. You can't see him right now.
Yeah.
But you go in there past you want to and take that fence down, you can get your brakes beat off of you. So somebody got to tell me my blind side. So when Jesus tells Peter, get behind me, Satan.
Right.
But then he say, friend.
Mm-hmm.
When Judas come, friend. How you gonna call Judas friend? No, that don't mean he gonna come to the dinner, to the
Right.
party. That means that my purpose friend.
My purpose.
You finna help me walk. I gotta have somebody who know me, right, and can sell me out. You my friend. Come here, friend. Come on. Do it quickly. So what happens is that it's people who are talking about you. It's people who are criticizing you. Listen, you can't go to the top and not be the topic.
Yeah. You can't.
If you listen to them, they're gonna make you better. You right.
If you
right.
listen to them, they're gonna make you better.
Man,
They've been and told you something, Pastor. Speaking of, I remember when I started LCN way back in the day, man. I'm talking about my first. I remember my first group. The first group, it was me and Dude.
First group.
I'm talking about I had some of everything, cakes and all kind of different things. And I gotta tell you, the man talked to me like I'm talking about, listen here, you ain't got this and you ain't got that, and you didn't do this and I sat there and I listened. And mentally, that's how I learned. I learned from hearing, from listening. I can catch it. I'm gonna catch it. And with everything he put down, I went and done it. Everything. I'm talking about every single thing. So you filtered
through the yelling,
the
embarrassment, and you got to the meat.
And took it and went and done it.
Didn't like it.
And look at where I'm at.
And love it.
And love it.
Let's see. It hurt?
It hurt it.
But it helped.
It hurt it because he wasn't that.
Finances?
I'm talking about, man, back then I was still,
a freak.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you know what I do to you too. And you got a tie on.
Oh, Buster.
Yeah, and you got a tie on too.
You choke him out. Bro, you already peeked him out, huh? Well, you're a dirty fight agent.
Yes, I am.
Bro, I tell you, bro, I know now. I'm going to take my tie off, nigga. Yes, hold on a minute.
Yes, I am.
Take my wig off. Take my weave off.
I figure the best way to get him is from behind.
Oh, damn, man. Y'all be recording this, here. Well, I got to do it right. I know how to act.
I learned.
Watch it. Better watch it.
I learned. You know,
look over there. Hit him in the eye. Like you. But what you saying, Rob? We laugh about that, man.
Yeah.
It ain't, man. I had, and I'm telling you something, and I say this, it's people who are going to help you, right? And we say stuff like help you the most. It shouldn't be, though. It should be, I'm your friend, but nothing rides above your purpose.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing going to come, ain't nothing going to ride. I'm going to let you run in that wall and bust your head. Right. Ain't nothing. I'm gonna tell you, and you may not like it. So stuff was going on this weekend. I called a guy about it. I said, look, this was going on over here. Now I don't know if you know about it. The person who I'm talking about gonna get mad, but me and your purpose and friendship is higher than his feelings. Found out it was cool. He knew about it. But what I had to let people know is that when you're talking about purpose, I know your purpose to do this right. I know your purpose. It's gonna affect your finances. It's gonna affect my health. It's gonna affect all that. Hey man, if you go in and say that, you don't well enough yet. Don't go in and tell people how you feel. Yeah, I know you're right, but you're going and say it right. You gonna get fired. They gonna fire you, man. Don't go in and say that. So it's times that my personal development, first of all, is to know, man, that bothers me. That I got to work on that. I got to work on my organization. Like my partner said, confronting has to be broke down that it's not confrontational. I feel like it's confrontational because I don't like it.
Right.
But I have to confront. Why? Because it gets to be confrontational when I don't confront. So I'm going to confront it day one. Hey, man, we don't play them jokes there. Don't do that. So when you tell folks, and then I learned now, Rob, when you have stuff already written down, like in the rule book.
Yeah, that's
easy.
Yeah, that make a big difference.
It helps out a whole lot. It helps the person.
Man, it helps the whole get up. Like this is where it's at right here.
Organization.
And we need to be standing on it. I gotta agree with that 1,000%. And most of our relationships, in a lot of ways, we can pull out a paper because I got contracts with just about everybody I'm dealing with.
But see, when here's what I'm trying to get. This is the new revelation, guys. I tell you, you got to understand this. I have a written contract to maintain a relationship with this person that I don't even know, don't even see every day. But with the people I see every day, I love and cherish. I ain't got nothing written down. Yeah. That's how you lose friends.
Yeah.
Man, I know and we should be practicing at home. Yeah. Okay, man, you know what? I know you trust me, but let's do this and write this up. Yeah. I know let's do this one time. Let's do this, man. You know, my word good. I know your word good, but let's write it down because you go to somebody else, their word ain't good, so I'm doing this for you. So as we practice that stuff, sit down, write down, make it clear. Sign it. Just hey, this is what we said. This is what I'm practicing. You're training me, Rob, to go take over the world. I can't take over the word on word of mouth. I can't take over the word when I ain't got no organization. I can't take over the world when I ain't got no money. So that's a piece that we're being trained at home, son. I know you trust them, but have them sign that paper.
Yeah.
Man, I used to have people come borrow some of my closet. And I be like, yo, man. And then I don't see it missing till I see him wearing it again. Yo, man, ain't that mine? No, it ain't yours. Well, my name on the inside of it. Right. So what I do, if somebody borrows something that they do, I leave whatever they borrow, you leave the box down here. So I look at that box and say, hey, bring that with you.
Right.
That's a system.
Right.
I got a system in place. Okay, number one, how long you gonna have it? Are you borrowing it, that suit for the year? Right? Are you borrowing this book, Kaylee, for the year? Are you borrowing this money for the year? Let's write it down. Because how many of you forgot about something?
Yeah.
And then they forget about it too.
Yeah. And they forget about it too.
Yeah. So that's why
they forget about it on purpose.
So what I'm saying, man, and it may seem impersonal, no, it's personal development because why? Most of the time when somebody gets you, they gain your trust.
Yeah.
One of our famed presidents said, Ronald Reagan said, trust but verify. When Gorbachev said he was gonna take that wall down and do all that, the missiles, Reagan said, I trust him. You trust him? Yeah. He said, but we're gonna verify it. I'm gonna verify it.
Right.
Trust but verify. So that's a piece that, man, I'm learning. I got some good friends that we do stuff. I write it down, I do it. And I learned that if I don't start to do that, Rob, we don't do that, you'll go outside and this other guy ain't Robert Powers. He ain't Rob. He ain't Robert Harris. He gonna get me. I trusted that dude, man. I thought he was my guy. No, you got anything right? No, I ain't got anything right. Right? And sometimes stuff get lost in translation.
Yeah.
You know, I had COVID, man.
Yeah. And
if I owe you some money, I forgot about it. I forget. Especially when I owe you. Now, if you owe me, I ain't going to forget.
Right.
I'm writing it down.
You better write it.
Hold on, man. You forgot about that. Well, no, you forgot about that. Now, you forgot about that. So, by the time all forgets get together, all balance out. Right. So, the personal development, man, is that when you think, here's the part that, how can you be doing good in your group, right? And I understand what big and better and bold is. You go to different groups, you understand that what aggravates you.
You're supposed to be able to take it there. I know it's a number of things that I've learned just from attending Big Six, and the different concepts and that's being taught. And then it's more than just. That's what I love about Big Six. You can take one concept and anywhere.
Somewhere,
yeah, come on, everywhere. Right. And that's it. if it works everywhere.
Yeah, it works somewhere, it works
It
anywhere,
works
it works everywhere.
Yeah. And what I've been finding out mostly about me, I've been big sixing myself.
Come on now.
Mostly.
You know what happened good with that, Rob?
You know.
When I had a conversation with myself and then you mentioned I ain't mad.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, man.
You right.
I was just talking to me about that this morning.
I was just talking to me about
man.
that this
Right.
morning.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. You should be surprised, man.
Yep. You know, and I see how. I also see the necessity in it. That
Right.
this is what we have to do if we want to develop personally. We want to go higher. We have to challenge ourselves, and we have to take a look.
Challenge each other.
Yeah, we have to pass. We have to.
And you know what, man? The challenging part comes because there's so many areas in life.
Mm.
You have to be. When I say I make a quote, and one of my sister now she does it. She said, I understand when you used to say that. When you said that, Pastor, I didn't understand it before. I said, man, you know, I'm just so I'm just so comfortable. You know, I'm kind of slow now. And really, what I'm doing is, I'm not dumb. I'm emptying. What I'm saying, let me empty out every preconception,
Right.
every prejudice I have in my mind on the way I've been doing it. Even if it's working, let me just listen what you got to say, because maybe walk me down, because it's something. I swear I was killing it.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody told me something, I fought it.
Yeah.
Even though it was better for me, I fought it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was better for me, I fought it. I'm fighting things. Listen, I would bet somebody something, and we would bet, and the benefits of them winning was a lot more than the bet for me. And if I lost, the benefit of me losing the bet was more beneficial to me winning what I had betted. I'm saying, man, listen, I want to lose this one. Watch. I can do this. Man, I can run 150 cars in my drive-through. Okay, I bet you. Right? I want you to win. Why? I'll be a fool not to want you to win that one. If it's something that's benefiting me,
Right.
Man, you can't do it. Well, yes, I can. All right, let's bet. Well, you don't want me to win? Yes, I do want you to win. I want you to win, son. Daughter, I want you to win. I want you to get better. Why would I want you to get better?
Right.
Why would I hate on you? Why would I hate on you? Man, this guy owed me some money, right? Man, I know you've been talking about me. No, man, I've been praying for you. I'm praying for you. Yeah, you right. I said, man, listen. I pray every day God bless you so you can give me my money back. Every day. Matter of fact, I'm finna go on a fast. Let me get my money back. Lord, help him, Lord. Lord, bless him, Lord. Bless him indeed. Bless him for you. Bless him for you bless me, because I get my blessing. Y'all got to know how to think, man. We think crazy. Man, you don't want me to get on top. Yes, I do. Why?
Yes,
so you can give me my money back.
Yes, I do.
I'm coming. You got to listen.
They don't understand that.
Man, shoot. And I want
listen,
guys.
Please get it.
I want everybody at the table to have more money than me. Why? Because then most of the places I go, my money, they got more money. I be them guys, I can't spend no money.
Right.
My money no good. I said, man, what's wrong with my money? Either because I'm black, I said, I'm going to be black as long as I keep my money. But I'm telling y'all, listen, you go around certain situations, your money no good. Yeah. I don't want to be in a situation, oh, man, I don't want to have to be the one pick up the chick all the time.
Right.
I want somebody to fight me over that chick. I want somebody to, listen, I want Kayla to buy me a car. Pastor, I know you don't need it.
I want one too.
You want one too? Kayla, Lord bless Kayla to buy me a car. Because if Kayla buy me a car, how many cars she got?
Hey, for real. Hey,
Watch out now.
Get to speak in tongues.
He da.
Oh, shout out.
Oh, yeah. And Kayla be the best thing since popcorn. I be mad at her. She buy me that car, everything changes.
Everything.
Ooh, I don't care what y'all say. I thought you ain't like Kayla, man. I don't know who y'all talking about.
Now.
Y'all got the who? We riding now, riding together. In the car. I'm telling you, it's something about blessings.
Come on.
The Bible say, your gifts gonna make room for you. Woo. So what I'm saying, guys, personal development is that when you tell me something wrong, maybe I don't know it, but most of the time I don't sit there and say that. I can't snap.
Yeah.
Because once you snap, I lose my power. And it's safe here.
Mm.
We take the commercial break. This is a commercial break. Nobody like them, but we got to pay the bills. We got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
We pay this so we can't pay the bills. So personal development, man, I swear, I told it's going to be riveting what the Big Six do. And let me tell you the truth. If I was selfish, I wouldn't even tell nobody about the Big Six. I hide the books.
Winning too good. Yeah.
When you got some good,
yeah,
hey man,
when
most
you
times people got a good deal. Now I bought you deals, and you bought me some deals, and they was good deals.
Good deal.
Good
yeah.
deal. But see, most people ain't gonna bring you no deal unless it's. Well, I'm gonna back up. Some people don't bring you deals unless they're trying to swindle or put. Look at man. If it's too good,
Or they just
if it's a
wanna
real good
use
deal, then why?
Yeah.
Then why ain't you doing it yourself? Well,
Right.
it's this much. It costs this much to do it. I don't have a half. You want to go in half. I don't want to miss the deal, so we go half in the deal. We get half. Okay, that's fine.
But that ain't most of them. Most of them ain't got half.
Most of them ain't got. Most of them
They
ain't got nothing
but the
They
idea.
ain't got no risk.
They ain't got nothing but the
And
idea.
sometimes
And if you have an idea.
And sometimes that idea is worth. Now, once I buy and I got all the money, it's not who idea. It's my idea. I just bought that idea.
Yeah.
I bought that dream.
Yeah. That's a personal development piece.
You got to know. But as long as I get something out of it.
Yeah.
I got to get up. And
Yes,
the
sir.
next time, I ain't going to have to sell my dream, my idea. I'm gonna push that myself. Man, I got an idea. I don't want to tell nobody. Man, you 87 years old. You going to die with it or what? You going to take it to the grave? You better do something with it. You know what I mean? I don't want to tell nobody. Man, maybe, you know, if most dreams too big for any of us. Them real, God, anything God give you too big. Listen, and I ain't going to finish it.
Right.
When God give you something, we as a people got to understand.
I'm talking about,
you should be
man.
working on something that you ain't going to finish.
I'm talking about, listen here, man.
I'm sorry. Y'all didn't hear that part.
I know he done put some stuff in front of me, man. They be like, wow. Okay.
Make it help curl up. Yeah. Because the deal, what God puts in front of you, the ministry, the business, for your seeds, for your children, I'm knowing that when I lay down, right, when I'm about 110, I'm gonna lay down, and I know they're gonna be still working on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy.
That's
because
something.
why?
That's
I'm
something.
gonna be happy because I know it's gonna be fulfilled. He
that's
said it's gonna
something
be
that-
built.
Yeah, that's
so
something
so
that-
that's where the personal development comes into play. We had a good time, Rob, today.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Because
No doubt,
everything we
Pastor.
talk about,
Yeah.
I'm
We
telling
living
y'all,
it.
we living it, man. We
We
living
living
it. We
it.
falling
living
out.
it, Pastor.
We
live-
fussing.
The
crying,
whole 9 yards.
getting back together.
We
Man, I
living
ain't doing no more. You know, I was drunk when I said
I was
that.
drunk when I
Rob, I was drunk, man.
It was that
Man, you better stop
Modelo.
drinking.
It was that
Better leave that dope
Modelo.
alone. That's what you better do, because you gonna get hurt up in here now. Rob, you gonna get hurt up in here now.
Come on.
Put these hands on y'all must don't know. Like he the credible hoe. You wouldn't like when I'm mad. I don't like you anyway. I don't like you happy.
Hey,
More or less happy.
I'm telling you, I got a black belt, man.
You got a black belt, yeah.
A black belt.
You better get it from your wife. Your wife got it right now.
It's in the cut.
Yeah, ain't no cut. Your wife got that belt. Can I borrow my belt, baby? Well,
Cause she sure do
got that belt, yeah.
You
Let
ain't
me go
never-
get him. No,
She be kicking like
Rob, I ain't scared of Rob. But that little woman she got over there, and Betty, he's scared of Betty.
I am.
I Miss Betty, Miss who?
Miss Betty.
I'm talking. Man, hold on. You give Betty her. You pay Betty. Give her
That's all
donation.
weird.
But when
Yes,
I say something, I gotta run you down.
Yeah.
Catch you in the bathroom.
Miss
Hey
Betty
man,
ain't
give me my
gotta
money.
Do that. Miss Betty ain't gotta do that.
Hey, that little wife over here. Look, man, look. I be like, hey man, you better go tell your wife we let him fight. You told her, didn't you? Oh no.
Ain't that
It
something?
ain't lying. It's crazy we be doing though.
Yeah, hey, but that's personal. That's personal development, man.
Man, you
Come
better
on.
respect that wife.
It is, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Man,
I was Pastor. You know how I go. Hey, well, y'all listen here. That's 100 gems, baby.
The event. No, hold on, we ain't got a date.
No, we ain't got a
soon.
date. We gon'
Listen up. I'm on.
Yeah.
Rob supposed to say that he got some. Listen, he got the 100 gym down here. He got the building guys for social events. It's gonna be the place to come to. All right, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's doing that, and you have to know personal development is that I gotta know what I'm not.
Yeah.
Rob, I said, Rob, man, you ain't no promoter.
Right.
And that's one thing, even with the church, I told him, we got the best kept secret in Milwaukee. And I was proud of him, man, best kept secret in Milwaukee. Man, they ain't nothing to be proud of. I told him,
Want
stop.
everybody.
I want everybody to know, man, this ain't no, who likes a candle and put it up on the bush? We do. So we got to stop that. We got to stop that. Let everybody know what's going on.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you this here. God is moving outside of the walls.
Yes.
We are called to be the light of the world. And I'm tell you right now, Rob, man, they ain't seen nothing yet.
No, they ain't
I
seen
promise
nothing
y'all
yet,
ain't
Pastor.
seen nothing yet.
They ain't seen
We're gonna be
nothing.
bigger,
Come on.
better, and bolder.
Yes,
By
yes.
faith.
By faith. 100 gems, y'all.
Peace
Peace
out.
baby.